What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my show. Real Creations. My name's Adam. However, you got here, thanks for showing up. Please hit the like, subscribe button. It helps out the channel. It helps me out. It helps to keep creating content. Feel free to leave comments. I do read them. If you have any questions or any suggestions for videos that you'd like to see on topics, I'd love to hear them. Today we're talking about LTX Studios by Lightrix. I'll say, I've been a fan of their apps for a long time. I think they're pretty innovative. LTX Studio is the generative AI all-inclusive short and filmmaking package that they have. I remember when I was first starting out and this was coming out, it was one of the most exciting projects, and I actually got on the beta, which has been pretty cool. And I just want to say I'm not an affiliate of theirs or anything like that. I'm not getting paid to promote this. This is just my strict opinion. I try to preserve a lot of my workflow so that you can kind of see the way that I, do some things, and maybe that'll inspire or help out. That's what that's there for. I put up a couple of different projects just to show you that I've done along the way with LTX, and you can just kind of get like a broad range of different things that it can do from there. It's some of the features that it does have are you can drop your own script. You can have it write a script from concept. You can make consistent characters, which start at the beginning. They can use some work on that personally. I'll get into that in a second though. They use a storyboard kind of style to set out all of your scenes, and I think that's great. It's the first time I ever did that, and it saves a lot of time and gives you a very professional touch, I think, as you're going through and doing it and learning more about filmmaking, if that's what you're into. They got voiceovers for narration. You can act out, do motion for some of the facial acting. They've got cinematic 3D Pixar comic. They have a whole slew of different styles. It's a very robust platform with a lot of different kinds of options at a pretty affordable price, except for the commercial license. To get the first one is $175, and that's just crazy because most of the other ones on the second tier, you have commercial rights to use it. What does that mean? I did do some work looking into that. As long as it's generated for you on your site and it's not like a profit driven thing, you can post it on your social media and everything. The second it starts to kind of get to the profit driven mode, you start to walk the line of if it's something that you have to get the commercial rights for. Definitely if it's anything third party or marketing wise for another product. And the one thing that sucks about that is like I said, by the second tier on most other platforms, you're able to get commercial rights. And for $175, honestly, you can do Runway, Hedra, 11 Labs, Stay Coherence. There's a whole slew of different ways that you can combo that money up to, I think, get a little bit more out of it. There isn't a one-stop solution just yet, and LTX certainly isn't it yet, but maybe they will be. They have the potential. Overall feeling about them is really good, minus that. I don't know why they do that. I hope that they do change that. Let's go ahead and jump into some of the work, and you can see for yourself. It's kind of been showing as I've been talking, so yeah. The whole story. I did it live in time as I was going. I was just doing it off the top of my head. It'll generate that. I did the dialogue, and what I did use it for is to organize and create a faster storyboard for me, so it speeds up that part of the process. But the general idea and everything, of the that I went with was just to create like a spy flick, because I didn't have to create a lot of action. I wanted to create tension with just the scenes that were there without having to add any kind of violence or anything, because you can't use any kind of violence on this platform. It's kind of limiting in that way. So I used Claude to kind of just generate my idea, and then as I created my idea, then it generated a script. Now LTX has a thing where you can put in your idea right through that, and then it'll print the script for you, but it does move it around and change it a lot, which I don't like. You can just build it as you go too, and then there's a thing that says use a script. So those are all options that you do have to use to make that process go a little bit faster. So as we get into it, the next part, this is kind of a look at their scene generation if you're using the canvas. It's a cool option to have. It needs some work, because if you put too much detail in, it starts to get overwhelmed, and then what happens is it'll just completely make it shut down and start all over again, and that can be pretty frustrating if you're into it. Leonardo AI does this same kind of thing really, really well, and there's a lot of other companies too that. But theirs just needs a little bit of refinement. You can also just have it regenerate. You can upload some images that you want to create, probably on another platform as well. So it is pretty cool to have that. It's one of my favorite ways to generate scenes, actually. Let's see here. So, all right, this is a look at the character creation. Kind of annoying part about it is that they always like look super, perfect in a way. If you use the drag and use the style thing over here, the one problem with that is that it'll make all of the other characters look like whatever you drop down there. So if it's a female, it'll still have like a male's face. So just a bug they need to work out. It is a beta. Everything's not perfect yet. Totally understandable, and definitely not enough to judge on as a final product. So you can see over here they have comics, they have cartoons, they have realistic, they have cinematic characters. There's a long list of different character options you can use. They don't stay super consistent. I definitely kept finding myself in the scenes area having to even using the at sign or whatever that you're supposed to use, and you would think it just tells that that's the character, and sometimes it just completely overlooks that, and it'll just put some random character in there, and it just can be pretty annoying. So one of the big problems I had with it was just the prompting with this is I feel like it's kind of just not there yet. It has a mind of its own, and it's like once it sets it on what it wants to do, it's hard to get it to change it. Again, I'm sure that'll change over time. I don't want it to seem like that's the final product or anything like that. And so overall, like everything aside, I'd give it like about a B for where it's at. This is the quick little video that I did make. I didn't edit it really at all, and if I was to like put it out on a more professional level, I would do a lot to it. But just for the script and just kind of as it went, this is kind of what you get to work with, which is a lot, and you can definitely build a cool short out of it or whatever. And that's a good roundup of kind of what LTX is all about and where it's at right now. I think that where it'll be when it's a finished product is probably going to be a very good product. It's still pretty fun to use. It's great if you're just starting out. It definitely has like some things and nuances to work out, but it is only a beta version, so it's impossible and not fair to judge it completely.